Charlotte's deepest, darkest secrets.
It's Queen City Confessions with Miguel and Holly. Hits 96.1.
If you ever want to get your confession in, get it off your chest, text it to us. Put the word hits with your message and then send it to 96893.
Here's the first Queen City confession. I was hanging out with my girlfriend and some friends the other night. We'd all had a few drinks and we're joking around, telling embarrassing stories. Out of nowhere, my girlfriend blurts out that sometimes she pees in the bathtub and just stays in there. Everyone laughed and thought it was hilarious, but I couldn't shake it. Ever since that night, I've had the ick. I know it's not the worst thing in the world, but I can't stop thinking about it every time we're together.
I mean, to be fair, that is gross. What are we doing? Why are you sitting in your pee?
We're not going to save that.
No, my suggestion would just be to bring it up at like a non-vulnerable moment. And then just be like, really? That's the route. Again, if you use a little humor, maybe you can gently dive in there.
I do always say there is a way to say anything.
Yeah.
And so that could be one of those opportunities where after you all are hanging out and it's a Friday night and it's just the two of you and you've had some wine and you're like, girl, remember when you talked about that bathtub thing? How did that happen?
Like, what on earth? Because I think that's a little weird.
Right. I wouldn't even say it's weird. I would just be like, so why do you sit there?
Yeah.
And then maybe start crying and she'll be like, sorry.
Oh, wow. That's one way to do it.
Here's another Queen City confession. For most of my adult life, my husband and I have been really secure in our decision not to have kids. But now that I'm in my late 30s, I've started having second thoughts. Almost all of my close friends are parents, and when I'm around them, I see the joy their kids bring into their lives. I can't help but feel like I'm being left behind, like they're all moving forward into this new chapter of life that I'll never really be a part of. I don't suddenly want kids, but I've been wondering lately if I made the wrong choice and if I'll regret it one day.
I mean, that's just one of those life things that you either do it or you don't, there's no dipping a toe in.
Yeah.
So if you've decided that, like, you just got to really commit. Might you regret it? Yes. I mean, that's the risk you take. I don't know, but you have to be certain that you do want to be a parent,
I do think that there are also options, like depending upon your age and when you decide, and if you and your husband, continue discussions, or if you will have a discussion and you're like, all right, we do want it, but you feel like you're at the age where it's not viable to do so.
It's viable. There's so many options.
Right. But there's adoption, there's fostering, there's so many resources and so many kids that need a loving home. I mean, that's something my husband and I have talked about a lot, because I wanted kids when we first got together and he didn't. And then I was like, I don't want kids now. And now I'm kind of like back in the maybe, I don't know. And he's like, well, you ain't getting any younger. So.
Listen, as my mom, God rest her soul, used to always take the opportunity to remind me, she had my younger brother when she was 41 years old. And so she'd be like, it's never. Thank you, Mom. She always said he kept her young, and she truly enjoyed being a parent, like even at 41. So it literally, you got time.
Yeah. You can figure out what option you want to take. Here's the last Queen City confession. I'm $35,000 in credit card debt.
Oh, boy.
And no matter what I do, I can't seem to make any real progress paying it off. Every day, I feel this overwhelming shame, like I've ruined my future financially. I know I should talk to someone about it, but my pride won't let me. So I just carry the secret by myself, pretending everything's fine while I feel like I'm drowning. I don't know how much longer I can keep this hidden.
Well, you shouldn't keep it at all hidden. Like, you could even go to a bank and be like, can you help me, please? Because sometimes banks can give you a type of a loan where they can consolidate all of your credit card debt. And then instead of paying like all these different credit cards with astronomical interest rates, they can give you a less crazy interest rate, take care of all that debt, and then you're just paying one loan. So like, there's a lot of options. People's pride is one of the worst things that gets in the way of literally anything. Like, put the ego aside for a second,
And as a person who's been in credit card debt before, I completely understand
Same.
that shame. And it's okay, because you know what? Probably your friends are in it too, your coworkers are in it, and everyone's dealing with it. And there are options. I mean, one of the best or easiest ways you can just dip your toe in to explore options, get on ChatGPT and say, hey, what are some options? Maybe going to Credit Karma and finding one of those loans Holly was talking about. There are options to get out of it, and you don't have to just let it sit and fester and make the situation worse.
Right.
If there's a situation you want to get off your chest, text HITS in that secret to 96893. It is 7:13 tomorrow morning at 7:30. We're literally dropping producer Kelvin blindfolded at a random spot for where in Charlotte is producer Kelvin. Now, the first fan member to find him wins Billie Eilish tickets. But here's the thing. Should we keep Kelvin safe inside the 485 loop where he's kind of familiar with where he is? Or should we leave him stranded out in the wild outside the 485 loop?
Ooh.
What do you think? Text HITS in your message to 96893. Also, another update that just dropped in my text messages for tomorrow as well.
Got it.
We'll tell you next.